Good afternoon and welcome to the regular council meeting for the City of Brooks for January 20th, 2025. This time I'd like to acknowledge the traditional territories and the oral practices of the Blackfoot Nation, which include the Siksika, the Kainai, and the Bakani. We also acknowledge the Tsuut'ina, the Stoney Nakoda First Nations, the Métis Nation District 4, and all people who make their homes in the Treaty 7 region of Southern Alberta. We're making this acknowledgement to demonstrate our continuing efforts to work together as we strive for reconciliation through increased and collective learning. Can I need a mover for the first motion here that the agenda be adopted as amended by adding agenda item 10, closed session, personnel held confidential pursuant to section 17 of the Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act, and by relettering the remaining agenda items as required. A mover for that motion, Councillor Jessica. Oh, sorry. I turned the other way there. All those in favor? Carried. Okay. I need a mover for this motion here that the minutes from the regular council meeting held January 6, 2025 be approved. Councillor Nesbitt. All those in favor? Carried. Need a mover for this motion here. Move that the December 2024 RCMP report be accepted as information. Councillor Wardrope. Okay. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. This report will cover the month of December 2024. During that month, we responded to 293 calls for service in the city. We lodged 30 prisoners and conducted 93 criminal record checks. 19 violation tickets were issued by Brooks RCMP. Some miscellaneous investigations and events from December. On the 1st, we responded to a complaint of a break and enter at the Newell Medical Center. Staff on site found that there was a garbage can inside the building lit on fire. We arrived, located some evidence that was left behind. We ended up locating the suspect for that, and he was charged with break and enter and mischief. On December 7th, we conducted a candy cane check stop on 2nd Street West for National Impaired Driving Day. And later on that evening, we paired up with the Alberta Sheriffs and conducted some additional impaired driving check stops. We stopped over 200 vehicles, checked 200 drivers, and pleased to report that there were no impaired drivers found during that check stop. So that's really good. A few tickets were issued and lots of warnings were given. On December 9th, Brooks RCMP responded to an assault at the Sutherland 7-Eleven. When we arrived, we found a male victim with cuts and bruises on his face, and some witnesses on scene gave us the direction in which the suspect fled on foot. We conducted some patrols and located the suspect, and he was arrested and charged with assault, obstruction, possession of stolen property, and failing to comply. And he was remanded into custody. On December 14th at 1:17 p.m., we received a report of a male attempting to break into a residence in Brooks. We arrived and discovered the suspect was under the influence of drugs. It was found he attempted to break into one house. After failing, successfully broken into the adjacent home. The homeowner ended up finding him and helped him out, escorted him out, I should say. He also attempted to steal a delivery van during this. He was arrested and taken into custody, and he's been charged with break and enter, theft of a motor vehicle, and causing a disturbance. On December 19th, Brooks RCMP arrested a male who was wanted on 3 outstanding warrants from Kelowna, BC. The Brooks RCMP General Investigation Section worked closely with Kelowna Internet Child Exploitation Unit. They informed us that the male was believed to be in the Brooks area and that he was wanted on some warrants. We successfully located him at a hotel. He was arrested on outstanding warrants of possession of child pornography and 1 count of luring a child. He was taken into custody to be returned to Kelowna to face his charges. And then on Christmas Eve, we responded to a residence for a report of an assault with a weapon. We attended and learned that a 19-year-old female had been assaulted by a 28-year-old male. The female was transported by EMS to Brooks Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and the male was arrested and charged with assault with a weapon. And yeah, just wanted to note that in December, and it's been a bit of a topic, break and enters in the community. So in December, we actually received 4 complaints of break and enters. We ended up solving and charging in 3 of those. And I often talk about how break and enters are drug related in the community, and in 2 of those instances, the break and enter was a result of the person being impaired by heavy drugs and entering people's homes without permission. And that's my report for the month of December, and if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Okay, any questions? No, no questions. Perfect. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, good afternoon, yeah. Okay, I need a mover for this motion here, that the following items of correspondence be received as information, updates on council conferences and/or workshops, and notes from the council committee on January 14th, 2025. Oh, we just, yeah, just wait. I'll double back here because we didn't vote on the motion about accepting the RCMP report. All those in favor? Good, okay, carried. Okay, no, thank you, yeah. Okay, mover for this motion here, about the following items of correspondence be received as information, updates, and council conferences and/or workshops, notes on council committee, January 14th, Councilor Wardrop. Okay, to the motion, all those in favor? Carried. I need a mover for this motion here, that February 2025 be hereby proclaimed as Black History Month in the city of Brooks. A mover for that motion. Okay, it's fast today. Okay, I got the motion. Okay, Director Tiffin.
Thank
will
you.
Respond to this there.
Through the
Thank you.
chair to Mayor and Council, it's my pleasure to present this information on behalf of Inclusion Coordinator Robin Clausen. Black History Month serves as a time to honor and reflect on the significant contributions that Black individuals have made throughout history. And acknowledging Black History Month in the city of Brooks is crucial as it fosters understanding, inclusivity, and respect. This year, the city of Brooks, along with our local organizations and educational facilities, will be providing educational programs, events, and resources aimed at raising awareness of Black history. We will also emphasize supporting Black-owned businesses in our community, promoting their products and services, and creating platforms for growth and recognition. So this time, staff is recommending that February be officially recognized as Black History Month in the city of Brooks.
Okay, any questions? Okay, to the motion, all those in favor? Carried. Need a mover for this motion here, that the city of Brooks establish membership with the Palliser Economic Partnership beginning in 2025. Mover for the motion, Councilor Jessica. Director Tiffin.
Thank you once again. Through the chair to Mayor and Council, Regional Economic Development Alliances, or REDAs as they're commonly acronymed, are partnerships between the Government of Alberta that began in the early 2000s. These partnerships aim at realizing provincial economic development priorities by using a regional approach and capitalizing on economies of scale in communities. The REDA, which the city of Brooks falls within, is the Palliser Economic Partnership, or PEP. Up until 2019, the city of Brooks had always been a member and decided to leave the alliance in 2020. Through consultations with our municipal neighbors, the city is once again expressing interest in becoming a member of PEP. The city of Brooks right now provides economic development services through a regional partnership as part of the Brooks-Newell region. Initiatives such as marketing, tourism, investment attraction, workforce development, and business retention and expansion are all performed with a regional approach within the County of Newell to capitalize on a wider array of assets. That same regional model is applied at the REDA level, with PEP's mandate being to undertake economic development activities on a regional basis. The Brooks-Newell region would work with PEP on projects with a wider regional focus. So while the Brooks-Newell region tends to focus on initiatives within the County of Newell's municipal boundaries, membership with PEP would widen our focus to projects across a larger geographical area. Council has already appointed one elected official, which is Mayor Petrie, to represent the city on the PEP board, and will need to decide if they'd like to appoint a second member, either an elected official or business representative. to act on our behalf. For financial implications, the membership structure of PEP is set at a rate of $1 per capita for the City of Brooks, which would make our membership fee $14,925. The city allocates $180,000 to joint services for their budget, and this $14,000 membership fee would come out of that budget. So there wouldn't be any additional financial implications in terms of the membership fee. Some additional costs that would need to be considered are just the mileage, meal reimbursements, per diems incurred by representatives who represent the city on the board. As well, there may be, from time to time, some additional initiatives that we undertake which may require some funding. So at this time, staff is recommending that the City of Brooks establish a membership with the Palliser Economic Partnership beginning in 2025.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Okay, to the motion, all those in favor? Carried. I need a mover for this motion here that the regular council meeting scheduled for June 2nd, 2025 be rescheduled to June 3rd, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. in the council chambers. Mover for that motion, Councillor Nesbitt. CO Parker will respond to this one.
Thank you very much, Your Worship and Council. I believe the report is just self-explanatory. We'll have some members that'll be out of town attending a conference and might not be able to have quorum.
Yeah, FCM is in Ottawa this year, and a few councillors are there. We just want to make sure that we have a quorum by the time they get back, because the FCM ends that Sunday night, so some of the councillors would be traveling on Monday there, so that's why just moving it to the day after on the Tuesday there too. Okay, to the motion, all those in favor? Carried. Need a mover for this motion here that bylaw 2405 being a bylaw of the City of Brooks in the province of Alberta to amend bylaw 2308 being a bylaw to establish utility rates charged to customers be introduced and read a first time. Mover for that motion, Councillor Jessica. Okay, to the motion, all those in favor? Carried. Okay, also for the second reading here, I need a mover for that motion. Councillor Nesbitt. That bylaw 2504 be read second time. And now we can get Director of Finance, Bill McKinnon, to talk about this, right?
Thank you again, through your worship. Council adopted the operating budgets on December 16th. Implicit in those budget deliberations were amendments to the revenues related to water, all the utility areas, water, sewer, surface irrigation, and waste management. The bylaw before you today is to give effect to those rate adjustments, excluding the surface irrigation that will be dealt with in a different bylaw, and that is generally collected during and levied as part of the tax rate bylaw and collected as taxes. So it's not here before you today, but will be at the next council meeting. But the good news is the initial estimates for the change in utility rates for a typical household, that is a family of four using 60 cubes a month of water, was estimated at $20 per billing cycle. That's bi-monthly. The good news is it's come in slightly lower at 18. That's mainly due to the expectation of the number of new water accounts and utility accounts that will be added during 225. So in essence, this report is to amend the fees bylaw. The fee bylaw has to be amended before we have regulatory authority to collect and bill out the rates. So that's it in a nutshell. If there's any questions, I'd be pleased to answer.
Okay, any questions? Okay, to the motion then. All those in favor? Carried. I need a mover for the motion here that bylaw 2504 be given 3 readings at this meeting. Need a mover for Councillor Wardrop. This has to be carried unanimously. All those in favor? Carried. Okay, need a mover for this motion here that bylaw 2504 being a bylaw of the City of Brooks in the province of Alberta to amend bylaw 2308, being a bylaw to establish utility rates charged to customers, be read a third time and adopted. Mover for that motion, Councillor Jessica. All those in favor? Carried. Okay,
I do have an additional item, Your Worship, related to this bylaw, 2504. Yeah, so at a recent council committee meeting, we discussed the recent Canada Post strike and how it caused a lot of confusion and inconvenience and disruption for everyone, and had a very negative effect. It was a very negative experience for our ratepayers here in Brooks. Admin and council had a really good discussion, and we recognized that nobody planned this postal strike, and these are unexpected circumstances. And so we want to ensure that every single taxpayer feels valued as much as we value them. And it was unanimous around the table that it was important to communicate that to all. So therefore, I'd like to move that council waive any penalties incurred during the postal strike, as the Canada Post disruption was unanticipated and caused hardship and inconvenience to our taxpayers.
okay, any other comments? Okay, I just want to mention too, while we talk about this, I want to encourage people to try to get their bills so they can be looked after online here too. And so there's two ways of doing that, and I know I've subscribed to this for several years now too, where it's just taken out of my account, you know, whenever the bill comes up there too, or you can just go online and pay your bill online too, and it makes it really easy too. So we encourage people to do that. And if you're having difficulty in signing up or doing that, please come to City Hall and we'll guide you through that process there too. The goal would be to get as many people like online for the billing as possible there too. And as you talk about this event, in economics they call it a black swan event there. It doesn't happen very often there, but it wasn't sort of fair for a lot of people to sort of incur that penalty cost here. So I think it's a good motion there. So any other comments there? Okay, to the motion then. All those in favor? Carried. Okay. I need a mover for this motion here, that the meeting adjourn at, oh, oh, right, oh, yeah, just, okay, yeah, okay. I have a motion here to move into camera here. Need a motion to move into camera. Councillor Woodrup there. We move into camera, into closed session at 4:47 p.m.
Just take us a few moments.
Yeah.